Lil Zay Osama is probably the most poppin' rapper coming out of Chicago right now, okay? And if you saw my recent update on him, you will know that after doing a wild no-jumper interview, he claimed a bunch of bodies dropped over his watches being stolen. Now, if you don't know, if you need to catch up, go and watch that video. It is on the channel. It is up. It's back again, just like King Von and Lil Durk, man. It's back again. This video was taken down. It was taken down for alleged cyberbullying. Now, I don't know if that's Lil Zay trying to clean things up. I don't know if it's his ops not feeling the way that he's exposing them fools. But it was taken down for cyberbullying. I got a strike on the channel. It's some pretty crazy behind-the-scenes activity, and I lost the appeal. So apparently I'm a cyberbully out here. You know, I feel like that's a pretty... You know what I'm saying? It's a pretty egregious label jacket to put on your boy. I might have to get the cyberbully jacket to put on legit. But basically, look, if you haven't seen that video, I'll give you a very simple, very quick recap. He basically is claiming that his watches got stolen and 5 bodies dropped over it. This clip is going crazy.
It's a new nigga outside coming out of snitch. So what that make y'all? The rest of you is snitches too. You hear me? Facts. I'm out the way. I'm out the way, making music, getting money, just signed my new deal. But look though, this was before the deal. I swear to God.
Damn.
2 watches got stole. About 5 lives got. 2 watches got stole. About 5 lives got took. Now run and tell that.
He wilding out, man. And this wasn't the only madness that he put out there around this time of this interview. He also shared the DMs from King Von, proving to the world that he stood on business when it came to Bite Down from 600. Now, again, if you didn't see that video, okay, the short of it is that Bite Down from 600, he is currently incarcerated facing charges for the murder of Zay Osama's female cousin in a domestic violence incident. This ain't no gang shootout. This ain't no standing on business. It was a very egregious time, not something to be condoned, a crime not to be condoned at all. And Zay basically stood on business and pressed King Von for saying free Bite Down. And then he reposted these DMs and he said, I never dissed Von, never said he ducked his stuff, but I had to stand on anybody that's promoting free Bite Down. Now, unfortunately for Zay, in response to this, okay, damn near every 600 member that's still active popped out saying free Bite Down. 600 Breezy posted free Bite Down. Cap F12, he posted free Bite Down, man. Everybody posted it. Everybody's saying we're standing on business for Bite Down. Ecstatic Round posted free Bite Down. Okay, they all showing love. They all showing their support. They're not scared of Zay. Blast 600 said free Bite Down. You see that there? You know what I mean? Everybody said free Bite Down. Manny 600 said free Bite Down, right? And people were saying that low-key, Zay Osama kind of flopped by saying that he's standing on everybody saying free Bite Down. Saying, what did Lil Zay think he was doing? Saying, if I catch anyone promoting anybody from 600 promoting free Bite Down. He thought he was putting fear in their heart, but everybody posted it. Everybody posted it. Members after members. Funnily enough, the Reddit Chiracology basically said, yo, 600 is moving united. He got 600 assembled like the Avengers to stand on business and say free Bite Down, man. Free, bro, I would definitely not say free Bite Down, man. Like, keep Bite Down for sure, okay? But Lil Zay clapped back. He saw everybody basically shouting out this, you know, disgraced domestic abuser. And he said, yo, you guys are a whole bunch of extinct crews, washed up rappers and old goofies and snitches. Boy, I cannot be messed with. He was not feeling it. He basically saying, yo, all right, I do not care, okay? And clearly Lil Zay's living good, man. He's out there apparently in the Hollywood Hills, okay, chilling in the Hollywood Hills. He's not worried about no cat burglars. Now, Lil Zay, I'd be careful, man. Don't be posting your crib. I don't care if it's an Airbnb. I don't care if you own it. I don't care if you rent it, bro. Do not be posting your crib like that, bro. We saw what happened to Pop Smoke. You know what I'm saying? I could probably find this crib. I could probably find this crib on Zillow or Airbnb in about 5 minutes if I really wanted to, bro. So just be careful with that stuff, man. Hopefully he's already moved. Hopefully he's already changed situation. Or maybe he's got so many switches up in that bitch that it don't matter. Because if you try and run up on Lil Zay, he gonna send you down in a hail of bullets. But The crazy thing is that we saw even more content from Lil Zay last night, and this was an absolute, this was an absolute gun show, okay? This was a showdown. That's probably a better way of saying it. This was a showdown, okay? He went live with DJ Academics to kind of break down some of his situations, and he ended up addressing some allegations of snitching from our guy, man, Wack 100, man. He always got the work. He always got the content, man. And he basically, Zay was saying, I'm standing on business. Ain't no snitching going on here, okay? Their argument went viral in Reddit, man. It was a whole long conversation. He really said that he'll put the switch on Wack, all right? People are saying Wack is being the feds. I'm not condoning it or agreeing with it, okay? But it's, bruh, all right? People are saying he was crying for Jay-Z while fighting his switch case. Now he's screaming about using switches for harm online, okay? It's crazy, right? People saying Wack always thinks somebody's telling. Some people aren't feeling Wack, some people aren't feeling Zay, but it was a wild convo, and I've watched the whole thing, and I'm going to break it down for you. But before we get into it, I just want to make something very clear, okay? Our boy Lil Zay Osama, I personally do not think that he is a snitch. I think he really did his time in the feds. He's going to explain why he got such a short sentence for a button for a switch, which is a very serious device that turns a semi-automatic pistol into a full-blown mini machine gun that fires automatically. These are very illegal. The ATF are going to be on your case, okay? As King Von said, man, the ATF on his case because they know these guns in the videos ain't props, all right? But to Lil Zay's credit, okay, in his song Fresh Out the Feds, he basically broke down his whole experience in the feds. Now, he didn't sound like he was living like somebody who was a snitch. He sounded like he was living like a serious member, a serious stepper in there. And like, I gotta say, this is probably my favorite song right now, this Fresh Out the Feds song. It is so hard. I said, I was in MDC, I was feeling like Meech, you know that bitch is sweet. SIS was on my D, they was taking a phone from me every week. All right? He said a whole bunch of stuff in here that was, I'll be honest, pretty crazy, right? He said he was on the phone with all of the ops, saying how they were gonna die when he gets out. I love this lyric, man. When this lyric drops and I hear this song, this one's a banger. He says, I was in jail just eating the soup. If you was in there, you wouldn't know what to do. All right? Ain't nobody trying to fight. They're going to grab a knife or scalpel and start to shoot. He said he had the junkies at his door. That's why he stopped selling the deuce. All right? He was in there selling K2, running it up. Had the junkies at his door. He had it booming like OJ the Juice Man. Hey! All right? They was lining up around the block. He was serving them J's in there, okay? He said, I had the CO, bitch. I can call my OG, but that was my little boo. He was saying that he was smashing the COs. He had Newports and vapes, and he was eating whatever food that he wanted to eat in there, okay? He was kissing and grabbing the ass of the CO, saying he wanted some face. He wanted the neck, all right? He had people cleaning his room, cooking his food. He had shooters washing his clothes because he was giving them weed and letting them use their phone. This song is a banger, okay? This song is such a banger, and clearly, bro, this ain't no snitch, man. This is a guy that was running shit in the feds. He was running it in the feds, bro. Saying we was getting that back ends. He was shotting in there, man. He was the big shotter. He was the big boss, Don Dada. You know what I mean? Serving them J's like OJ the Juice Man. Hey, okay? Bruh. He's saying the shit I ate. I'm pretty sure he said the stuff he had in the feds. I say it in this song, the feds probably gonna free me. All right? I don't know if that's quite a correct lyric, but basically, I think he's saying the stuff he had popping in the feds, man, bruh, if only the feds knew how he was living in there. Now, he is low-key talking kind of hot on the song, okay? He says, first day out, he done smashed his girl. The guys came and got him, and they gave him a switch, all right? All his old hoes were hitting him, saying they wanted that D, man. He stole his phone when he left the feds, linked up with the members, took pics. He said, bruh, all the rappers that messed with the ops when I was gone, they getting shot, bruh. He's moving crazy, bro. He said he was in the feds with Bloods and Crips, stood on 10 GDK off the rip. All right? I need to write these genius lyrics because these guys don't have a clue what he's saying, bro. But he had 8 phones cooking in the feds, right? He was on 8 phones. He was not playing, okay? It was crazy, all right? He's back to his old ways. He's straight out the feds. I think he was running stuff in the feds, to be honest with you. I think in the feds he was moving crazy and he was running that bitch, all right? Had people washing his clothes for him. But he hopped on the live with DJ Academics, man, and he addressed everything, okay? And one of the first things that he addressed, he just got to breaking it down. He retold the story of leaving the switch in the car. Allegedly, it was his friend that left the switch in the car. He was doing an interview in New York, and he ended up having the gun pinned on him. But Academics let him break everything out. Down. Salute to King Academics, man. He breaking down the whole situation. He making things very clear, all right? And Zay basically letting it be known he ain't no snitch, all right? He was in the feds, he was doing his time, and he shouldn't even really have been you know, facing that sort of time. The switch wasn't his. And now for the record, before you want to say that's snitching, right, the guy who allegedly was with him, who left the switch in the car, was his friend who is no longer alive. So you can't be saying, that ain't no snitching, ain't no, right, he's no longer with us, okay? And he didn't even formally snitch on him. He's basically just telling it like it is. He's basically saying, look, the guy's dead, it was his switch, left it in the car, he's no longer here. It is what it is, man. But let's get into it, man. So quickly, he breaks down just the backstory of the situation for everybody.
They allegedly, they said a gun was in. Well, this case over with. They said a gun was in the car. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the car that I got out of, and I went into an interview, and basically they said some shit like, the taxi driver or whoever said, yo, he left this in the car. Nigga, when I came out of there, I had on whole different clothes, all type of shit. How the fuck you remember me? Off my chain and my grill. That's it. You hear me? That's it. So that's how they remember me.
So
he didn't have nobody else up in there because he didn't really know for real. You get what I'm saying?
So isn't that the one? I think we seen it on IG Live where like you were getting arrested. So you weren't in the car. I thought they pulled the car.
No, I wasn't. I wasn't in the car. Hell no. Hell no. I got out the car, went into my interview. I was in there for like an hour, gang. Came out the interview and the police ambushed me, gang.
So he says the police ambushed him, man, and look, as we're going to see in a minute, Wack 100 joins the call and goes crazy. So just to give you guys a little bit of context about this, okay, all the way back, you got to take your mind back all the way back 8 months ago, Wack 100 is on No Jumper and he is airing out Lil Zay Osama's dirty laundry. He is explaining why he thinks, and key word here is thinks, that Lil Zay Osama snitched in his switch case. He says he has paperwork. We've not seen paperwork of no snitching. We've seen paperwork of Zay's case. That ain't no secret. But Wack's, he's standing on business and he's saying, bruh, Zay told. And these numbers don't add up.
We got his whole rap sheet.
Okay.
Dude got caught with machine guns prior to. He was on probation out here in California. He had like 2 gun cases prior to, serious gun cases, right? And then get caught with a switch in New York City.
Left it in the
They giving you 3 to 5 mandatory for a regular gun. You get caught with a switch. You got prior cases get caught with machine guns up in Illinois. Hold on, bro. We got the content.
We got the response from Lil Zay Osama I can read.
What, on us?
Now, I don't know how this response was made. I assume he was in the feds at this point, but Zay Osama actually did respond. He basically explained his opinion on this, and if you can't see this, he basically says, stop believing everything you hear or see on the internet. You really think you can get 30 years for a switch? Hell no. I don't care what state you're in, facts, but switches are dangerous and carry 3 or 4 years, maybe less, depending on your background. But they becoming a problem in a lot of cities. It might be worse for you, different strokes for different folks. I call it a blessing. Don't look at my situation and think you need a switch because it can end bad for you. Stop playing with snitching. And I can't see what the bottom he says, but I think he tags 1090 Jake. Stop playing with snitching for real. Have 1090 Jake look into it, basically. So he stands on business. He's saying, bruh, ain't no snitching going on here, but Wack presses the line. He presses the issue, man. He basically says, look, he's seen the paperwork and things are not adding up.
2023, this happens. Then you come to California 2023, catch evading the police, catch probation. Then in 2024, you go to New York, a state that's serious about guns, get caught with a switch, and get 14 months in the feds? Hey, listen, man. Hey, I ain't gonna say it. Y'all heard it. I got to work. I will put the work up. Right? Just so you know, you can read whose paperwork that is.
I'll take your word for it.
Okay? At the end of the day, when people see these type of things, boom, 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 boom.
So here's the thing, right? Wack does have the paperwork on Zay's case, but he doesn't have the, as far as I know from what we've seen publicly, he doesn't have the paperwork on any kind of telling, okay? I seen little snippets of paperwork about his case. Look, we know what the case is, but the reality, where things got serious, we don't know, okay? We don't know. And later on in this video, in the interview with Academics, you're going to see Academics make a very good point, okay? He's going to bring up something very smart. He knows his stuff that low-key kind of proves that Zay probably wasn't snitching, man. So we're about to see Academics confront Zay about the rumor, and he basically calls out Wack. I'm not condoning these activities because, you know what I'm saying, Wack's my guy, right? I'm part of the Wack pack, okay? I got to be part of the Wack pack, okay? I got jumped into the Wack pack, unfortunately, right? So I'm not condoning this, but Zay says Wack's a bitch, all right, for saying that he told. Zay says there's no paperwork, and he even says if he was a snitch in the feds, he would have been killed. He would have died.
What's Shorty's name again? The female lawyer. I follow.
And then y'all gonna let Wack go up there talking about he got paperwork on me, all this crazy shit, folks. That was some bitch ass whole ass shit he did. You hear me?
Wait, why Wack is trying to say that? Yeah, you told.
If I told, that shit'd be in black and white. I'm Lil Zay Osama, gang. When you go to jail, you're not gonna even be able to in the feds. You ain't gonna even be able to live in the feds. Telling you hear me? Nigga gon' motherfucking cut your ass from head to toe. You hear me?
He's saying, bro, if they find out that you're a snitch in the feds, they're going to slice you up. You are not going to live. You are not going to survive. And he says later on in this interview, he done seen it happen. He's seen people get sliced up for being exposed as a snitch in the feds.
You cannot even
as we heard from his song, Fresh Out the Feds, he was living like a king in there. He was living like the Fresh Prince of the feds.
go to the feds and snitch and live, gang. Before you get to any yard, before you get to any deck, nigga, every paperwork follow you. That shit follow you. That shit follow you.
So how
you hear
come
me?
Wack got some
I'm
match
talking
for
about-
work? He said he
Listen,
got to
folks,
work.
I was in New York with real members, gang.
Yeah.
If I would have told, the COs would have known. The inmates would have known. That shit would have been in black and white over the internet. I'm Zay Osama. You think somebody gonna hold that shit in for me? Hell no, folks. Yeah.
So look, he made it very clear, okay? He made it very clear if he was really in the feds getting that paperwork, getting that work put out on him, he probably wouldn't even be here to tell the tale. Now, he would even say, okay, he would say that when he went and did his No Jumper interview, they had to separate him from Wack, and they had to make sure that they weren't there at the same time. And Zay says that if he saw Wack, he would have asked him for a fade for saying that he's a snitch.
That's what I'm saying. That's why y'all got to listen. I was going to No Jumper. You know what they said? Hey, bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro. We had to separate you from Wack, bro. You hear me? Wack was coming at 2. That's why we told you coming at 3 or some shit like that. You feel me? All my life, if I would have seen Wack, I'd have told his ass, let's shoot the one, gang. You hear me?
He says, let's shoot the one on one fade, man. So look, Zay goes on to basically say that Wack should upload the paperwork, show the paperwork, let everybody know. And once again, I cannot condone these activities as a member of the full-blown Wack pack, all right? But Zay claims that Wack's the police. I don't believe Wack's the police. But Zay's standing on business, man.
Swear to God, upload Zay Osama paperwork, Wack. You gonna have more money than you got now. You gonna go real viral, Wack. Upload that. Man, Wack is the police, man. You hear me?
So wait,
So look, he says that Wack's the police, all right? And he even says later on in the interview, he reiterates this threat of a fade. He says he will beat Wack up. He says he's down to stand on business and fight Wack.
Go on the boxing thing. I want to box him one-on-one. I could bet whatever. I'll put my own money up. I'll beat his old ass.
Ooh, Wack? You must.
Yeah, I would beat Wack ass, gang.
You ain't see Wack knock out 2 white dudes?
Listen, gang, Wack moves so motherfucking slow and goofy, man. I will. Beep, 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 whoop, 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 whoop.
Man.
Yeah.
He's saying he's gonna put that 4 extra, bam on Wack, man. That's crazy. Now look, I would pay big money to see that fight. I'm not gonna lie. I would pay big dollars, big recs to see that fight. But unfortunately, man, unfortunately for Zay, or fortunately for us as fans following this, pundits, all right, we eventually got, and shout out to Remo because I think he lined up the play, but we ended up seeing Wack and Zay on the same call, and they absolutely went to war. They went to war, people. It was brazy. Okay, it was wild.
Wack.
Yo,
What up, man?
so what the little dude at?
I think he got off
He
here.
wasn't convicted yet, right? So here go my thing with him.
Yeah. He basically said you lied on him. That basically he was ratting, and he said he's never cooperated, and he wants an apology from you for.
Man, first of all, he ain't gonna get no apology. I don't apologize to bitch ass nigga. Second of all, it's motherfucking simple. When I see you keep getting arrested for guns and sticks,
Yeah.
right? And you know this shit. And then I see you catch a switch case, which on the federal level, my nigga, carries a substantial amount of time, but you get caught in New York. See, now it get ugly because New York don't play that gun shit. Now, we know it's the feds. We know all that, right? But nigga, you have priors. You have priors that you have been on probation on. You know, when you go to running that history, your background, all that works against you. I believe they gave this nigga like 12 months or something, right? That's what they gave him? Some bullshit,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
They gave a nigga 12 months for a switch. Now he's saying he never was convicted of the California Illinois case. You see, I knew his record. I said, nigga, you got caught with assault rifle or pistol in Illinois, and then you had a police evade in California prior to like 2022, 2023, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Then you got caught with this switch. He left the shit like a dummy. For one, he was a dummy, dope fiend. And any nigga leave his gun in the back of Uber, he was a dope fiend dummy.
So look, Wack's calling him out. He's saying you got prior cases, okay? You got serious cases. How the hell are you getting 12 months? And eventually, all right, Ack gets Wack and Zay on the phone together, and they just they just go to war, man. It's actually wild.
That's him right there, Wack.
So you telling me now
Tell me.
Bet the 50K. Hey, bro, look, all the loud, fast talking, power, that don't work. Can we bet the 50K? Listen. All right, listen, Wack. Hold on, wait. Before you talk, Wack. Before you talk. You telling me you wasn't convicted in California, Illinois? I got your whole rap sheet.
He got to work.
So you telling me you wasn't convicted in California or Illinois? That's what you saying?
Matter of fact, hold on. I'm gonna do something better for you.
You just said
I'm gonna do something better for you.
You wasn't convicted yet.
I'm gonna do something better for you.
How was you getting 1 day in jail for pistols, my nigga?
In Chicago, this any gangster, bro. Listen.
No. 1 day in jail?
Listen. They didn't charge me with a gun. They charged me with a gun as a misdemeanor. You know what a misdemeanor is?
1 day in jail?
So Zay is saying he only got charged with a gun as a misdemeanor, and he's going to break up the details of this case later on. And look, I believe Zay. I actually understand the way that he's describing this, because the thing is, right, it's a different story getting caught where somebody who knows who left a gun in the car and there's a switch on it, and they can prove you was in the car. They ain't prove you ain't get you with the gun. All right, they damn near should have charged the cab driver with the switch, man. That cab driver could have been getting busy. Okay. Zay basically explains, bro, based on the evidence, based on the case, okay, and this is the same case. He had another case where a gun was left in a car, all right? He basically got lucky. He managed to strike a deal, not that kind of deal, but get out of there, get back on these streets, and keep it pushing. And he said that he basically got his original gun charge downgraded to a misdemeanor, and it wasn't that serious, okay? Zay is basically saying, look, my priors are just misdemeanors. This is how I got so lucky on this switch case in New York, because my priors were misdemeanors because they weren't that serious, and the evidence wasn't too strong, and they was be made into smaller charges.
Getting that.
What's your name, gang? Okay, what I'm asking, do you have black and white?
I won't no answer the question.
Do you have black and white?
I think you've been a rat. I'm gonna be real.
Oh shit. Oh man.
Hey, listen. Hey, Wack.
With 1 day in jail for a right.
When you see me, you gotta have that energy, though, folks.
Hey, bro, you ain't nobody, bro. You knockout bait. You ain't nobody. On Paru, I'll beat your ass with one hand, tie behind my back for 50.
Oh my god.
Oh shit. That's the
nigga,
50K
you better watch
challenge.
who you talking to. You a little boy, nigga. I'm for 50 racks on my dead homies. I tie my head behind my back and I beat your little ass.
Wack said on the dead homies, man, he will beat him up easy with one hand tied behind his back. Now, Zay basically goes on to make actually arguably like a pretty good point, to be honest with you, right? He basically asked Wack, why do none of his ops in Chicago say that he's a snitch? And basically just making it very clear he only got a misdemeanor for that case. And I think that's a very good point, bro. He got all these people in Chicago. He's saying 5 people died about his watches. So why aren't any of his ops exposing him as a snitch? It's only Wack.
Hey, why you think nobody else from the rack don't say what you say?
Did you not?
Why you think nobody else from the rack don't say what you say? On Baby Zay, I got caught with a fucking 32 revolver that got found in the car that I went in, and they charged me with trespassing and a misdemeanor. Yes, I got out the next day.
So he did one day. He's saying, look, they found a revolver in the car. It wasn't no stick, all right? He wasn't in the car. Once again, bro, Zay Osama, man, you need to get a little clutch bag, because you be leaving stuff in the car all the time, bro. We need to get you a little Louis clutch, a little Nike Tech pouch. You know what I mean? Just keep that with you, bro. You wouldn't have no problem. Just keep it in the pouch. Don't be having your Switch just chilling on the center console, man. What are you doing?
You had a possession of a firearm.
Okay, what's it a misdemeanor? That's all I'm asking.
Yeah, how you get a misdemeanor for possession of a firearm?
On Baby Zay, if you go look up a lot of niggas.
How you get 12 months for a switch, nigga? You know what that carry.
You can't. Hey, listen.
You know
can't
what
be no
that
Wack. You can't be no snitching private, Wack. You
Bullshit.
can't be no snitching.
You a motherfucking liar.
So Zay's basically explaining it once again. Look, you can't be a snitch in private. If I was in the feds as a snitch, bro, I would have been exposed. And I feel like it's facts, bro. If there was evidence that he was a snitch, his ops would have been all over it.
Hey,
You a motherfucking liar.
everywhere you go in that fed, that shit follow you, shorty.
You wasn't on no
Everywhere you
USP.
go.
You wasn't on no USP. You was in Camp Snoopy, little nigga.
I never went to a camp. I never touched no
You
camp.
wasn't on no USP, nigga.
I never went to no yard.
You went on no USP, I know.
Hey, is you still screaming?
I'm still
You
serious.
wasn't on no USP, nigga.
Bro, I
Acting like they was running your paper.
would put real gangsters on the phone that's in the feds right
Man,
now,
you don't
gang.
give a fuck about
He said
this
he'll put real gangsters on the phone that are in the feds right now to prove it. Now, this doesn't end up happening, but what does happen that is really interesting, and Wack ends up making a pretty good point here, okay? If this is a little point for Wack. He basically says, yo, how are you on federal parole and threatening people right now on the phone?
Gang on my baby. When I see you, it's gonna be different, gang.
You ain't gonna
It's gonna
do
be different.
shit.
That's what you think, though. You better ask niggas, folks. You better ask niggas,
You ain't gonna do shit. I think you working with the police now out on federal parole issuing threats on live. You the police ass.
Now, that is a good point, bro. That is actually a good point. I'm not saying he's a snitch, but Wack's saying, I think you working with the police. How are you on federal parole issuing threats to people on live? And it's a good point. Zay should be careful. Now, this could be some WWE wrestling type argument, okay, for entertainment. There's all entertainment purposes only. But that is kind of crazy, bro. Like, if I was Zay's parole officer, I'd be hearing this, rubbing my hands together like Birdman.
Fuck you issuing threats for?
All right, can you go get the paperwork? Can you go get the paperwork for Act?
Why are you so comfortable?
Can you go get the paperwork from Act for Act, please?
I got it.
Okay, please show that I'm a snitch. Show that I took a proper hearing. Show something.
No, we ain't got to listen.
So look, Wack doesn't have that kind of work, right? He doesn't have that specific work. Now, Remo from No Jumper joined. Shout out to my guy Remo, okay? Even though he is clearly also a member of the Wack Pack, okay? He presses Wack for more details, asking if there are actually paperwork, and Wack once again does change the subject and just keeps on going after the numbers.
Paperwork what? Yeah, I got his work.
I think Remo was asking if there's paperwork.
Is there paperwork what? Yeah, I got his work.
How do you get
12 months for a swing when he answer that question?
Act, can you please have him show the paperwork?
How do you get 12 months for a
So
swing?
look, Wack's basically reiterating, look, the only paperwork that he's got is the original case, and then he's just saying the numbers don't add up. He hasn't got snitch paperwork. He's just saying, yo, this does not add up. Now, Zay actually does begin to clap back with some pretty good answers, okay? Zay basically claps back and says, look, the sentencing guidelines for my case were 24 months, and he actually at one point thought that he was getting 30 years, and really, he just got lucky.
My guidelines, listen, my guidelines in the feds was 24 months, brother.
How you get
I
12
swear to God, the whole time I was in the feds, I'm thinking I'm gonna get 30 years, gang. Everybody that's in there telling me this. Everybody that's in there telling me this. Yo, Zay, you tweaking. This is a switch case. You're not gonna get no 10, 30 years, none of that. They go got guidelines in here, shorty. Stop listening to people on the internet.
So Zay's saying people in there are telling him, yo, you're not going to get 30 years. Zay's in the feds stressing out, saying, bruh, I might be facing a 30-pack. They're saying, bruh, it ain't that serious. 24 months maximum, potentially. Like, it ain't that serious, okay? Now, look. Zay talking hot on this, man. If I was Zay's parole officer, I would be tweaking right now, because he basically says later on, yo, if I'd have seen you at No Jumper, I would have popped you.
Say nothing. What are you
Hey, gang, on my mama, if I would have seen you, I would have blew your ass down. On my
He says on his kids, he would have blew Wack down. Pause. If he's seen him at No Jumper.
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
This nigga talking about like you've changed my time or something.
Bruh. So Wack basically goes on to say that Zay is scared to fight him. And basically Zay says, look, if you call me a snitch, ain't no fighting time. It's time to shoot.
Oh, so you don't want to squabble. You scared to squabble.
I'm gonna show you for playing with my name. How can you say a nigga a snitch, gang? That's disrespectful, gang.
So you scared to squabble. I want to make sure we got this right. You don't want to squabble with gunplay. That's what you said, right?
All my life, you playing with my name like
No, that's what you said. You say you scared, little boy.
Hell yeah, it's gunplay. Nigga
Okay,
talking about a snitch.
I'm glad you said
Talking about a snitch.
I'm glad you
know
said
you. I swear to God, you can call anybody in LA right now. Even probably some people you know. I done probably robbed their ass or blew their ass down.
So you said
What you talking about?
So look, they go back and forth for a whole bunch of time. I'm not going to bore you to death with all of the argument because they kind of be making the same points over and over and over and over and over again. Okay? But we do eventually get this paperwork, man. We get that work. Okay? We end up getting that work. That work ends up being put on screen at least briefly. Okay? We end up seeing this paperwork. But again, it's just that same... That's just his case. It's just his numbers. It's just his guidelines, his sentencing, what he went through. And then Zay ends up dropping a bombshell. He says, yo, Wack, at one point you was trying to sign me.
You was trying to sign me. How you don't know me?
I don't know you, my nigga. That's a fact.
Let me see where you at. You was trying to sign me. How you don't know me? Let me see
No,
where
you
you at.
lying like I'm now. You lying.
What's your name on Instagram?
The Honey Show. _ the Honey Show. You're lying.
The Honey Show.
I only tried to sign one nigga out of Chicago.
Who?
Hold on.
Kiddo Curry. Only nigga. You can't.
Kiddo Curry don't even matter. Honey
So
Show.
look, Zay basically saying, yo, you was trying to sign me. You found out, basically. That's what he's saying. And then things just continue to devolve from there, okay? Zay later says that Wack is now banned from Chicago. He says that he cannot go to Chicago because he's playing with him like this, and his guys in Chicago are ready to stand on business, man.
Hey, tell him go to Chicago and play with me.
What? I'm a nigga. Go wherever I want to go.
You can be with any nigga in Chicago. You hear me?
So you run Chicago now.
No, I don't. But hey, look, my voice go a long way, so you hear me? Fact.
So let me ask you a question.
Well, I'm
You got
right.
mad. Let me
So
get
look.
this right.
It just keeps on going from here, man. So I'm just going to show you the most interesting parts where we actually got new info, because these same points do get made over and over again. It does get a little bit repetitive, and it just becomes this huge shouting match, man. But Academics eventually asks Zay, all right, if he fades. Is he going to get a fade? All right, is he going to take the fade? Or does he just shoot people? All right. And at this point, it seems like Wack actually gets mad that Zay is inferring that California is soft and that they take fades rather than shooting it out like in Chicago, and Wack ends up getting off the call.
Do you like meet up with people and catch fades or whatever? Because I think that's like a Cali type of thing, you know?
Yeah, that's a Cali type thing. See, me, I'm the type of nigga tell you to pull up, catch a fade, and, you know, I really give you a
He's
fade.
saying he'd tell you to pull up for a fight and he's going to pop you. So, Wack, I wouldn't pull up for no fade. I wouldn't pull up for no boxing max on Zay Osama. You know what I'm saying? He might pull out that switch. Or if he didn't leave it in the car, that is, you know what I'm saying? He might pull out to pop somebody, but then he going, hang on a minute, where's my switch? Where's, oh, it's in the Uber. God, it's in the Uber.
That's the type of nigga I am.
This nigga talking like Cali is soft or something, bro.
I ain't talking like Cali South, but you. Oh, listen, I'm with 4 5. I'm with 2 cars full of Cali niggas right now. I never said Cali South. I never said that, but I do be outside. You hear me?
Now this is a disturbing note to leave it on, man, because like Wack trying to make it sound like Zay's saying California's soft, and then he disappears from the call, man. He disappears from the call. He's sending a message saying, "Okay, bet you say Cali soft, you gonna see." We gonna see now. In about a minute's time, okay. Academics makes probably the best point that I heard on the live stream, and this to me is possibly the most helpful piece of evidence or analysis that I see in this whole thing that makes me believe that Zay is not a snitch, okay? Because Ak basically makes a very good point. He basically says, look, if somebody snitches in federal court, you remember the 6ix9ine case, they end up getting a recommendation letter which is sent to the judge that asks for reduced sentencing, okay? If Zay got his 12 months off the back of snitching, he would have had to have this recommendation letter and it would have been public, and Zay ain't got it, okay? And this is a really, really good point.
Whatever, but I know how to read paperwork pretty good. The only way in federal court that somebody gets any type of break from sentencing is if they cooperate and they get what's called a 5K1 letter. You don't have that. And also, just based on what I read in your sentencing, they said the guidelines carried up to 21 to 27 months. So and
you know, hold on, like in any case.
So look, Academics actually has the paperwork on screen when he's saying that. He says, look, I read through the whole paperwork. It said he was looking at 21 to 27 months. And then Zay basically explains something that's very interesting later on. He basically explains, look, the reason the judge was so lenient with him is because of his rap career and because he basically proved the fact that his family had provided a support system, and the judge ultimately decided, look, he deserves a second chance. Ain't no 27 months, ain't no 30 years. We're going to give you a year. We're going to give you a second chance at this so you can get back out on the street and keep collecting these hats, I guess.
I got kids. My daughter came to court, crying in court and shit. My girl had support system at court. You feel me? Plus, MDC was so fucked up, bro. That bitch infested, molded, all type of shit, gang. So they was giving niggas double their time just for that, gang. Bro, you know when you go get the documents for court, they say everything the judge said in there, the prosecutor, the lawyers, everything. Let's go read that shit, bro. That shit documented. If it ain't, I'll send that shit to you, for my lawyer got that shit down.
So he basically explains, look, I had a good support system. I made a really strong case to basically say, look, I'm not dangerous to society. I'm a rapper, all right? I'm a rapper that just so happens to have a large collection of hats and watches, all right? That's all it is, okay? Now, Zay eventually leaves the call, but just like Wack left the call on an ominous note, Zay left the call on a very spooky note indeed. He basically leaves the call and he says, yo, I'm in LA and I'm going to be looking out for Wack's people.
I agree.
You know, I'm on these LA streets, though, I got your number. I'm going to lock you in. I'm going to hit you. You hear me? I got to watch out for Wack people.
All right, man. Be safe, bro.
So there you have it, man. He says he's in these LA streets. He's looking out for Wack's people, and it's that serious. Now, look, people, I do not believe that Zay is a snitch. I get the point that Wack was trying to make. I get that he's saying things don't add up. But as we heard, man, we finally got to it after like 2 hours of conversing, okay? Realistically, the two things that stand out to me as the strongest evidence for Zay not being a snitch. Firstly, there was no recommendation letter to the judge for him to get reduced time. All right? The sentencing guidelines were apparently 21 to 27 months. And as Zay said it himself, he made a strong case. He had letters of recommendation from his family. He said he had a support system at home, a child, a flourishing rap career. He basically he said, look, I deserve another chance. Like, I'm doing good out here in my community. You know what I mean? I'm making sure that the you know what I mean, the lid store stays open, and you know, we making sure that all of the watches are getting purchased and kept safe. Insurance, he's providing insurance policy and all kind of watches, and that's it, man. So let me know what you guys thought in the comments, man. Do you guys think Lil Zay Osama's snitching? I personally don't believe it, even though I'm a member of the Wack Pack. I don't think there's enough paperwork. I understand why he inferred this and why he thought this, but realistically, we didn't see some evidence. So Wack gonna have to come back with some stronger evidence, man, to prove this. Otherwise, I think Lil Zay Osama is stamped. He's certified, man. Maybe we're gonna have to wait for 1090 Jake to tap in on the topic, because realistically, bruh, until 1090 Jake says it ain't gospel, okay? We need the stamp, okay? The big man 1090 Jake needs to stamp it, all right? I'm rocking with y'all. Y'all rocking with him. We're gonna have to find out what Jake thinks of the situation. But look, I'm rocking with Lil Zay Osama, man. That song, Fresh Out the Feds, is a banger. I've been spinning that back to back to back to back in the car, in the crib while I'm working. It's crazy, okay? And look, I'm about to drop a crazy video, so hang in there. And also, I just want to say how hilarious it is, okay? I just want to say how hilarious it is that I put up a poll on my channel saying, what story do you guys want to cover? And you guys voted for the Fredo story. So I did a whole 1 hour, 45-minute breakdown of everything to do with Fredo's case. This is one of the biggest cases in the UK right now. And I'm seeing endless comments, people saying, damn, bro, I thought you was talking about Fredo Bang. The UK are on the ropes, man. You guys hate the UK content, bro. But look, I see people in the comments talking about, yeah, you know, finally talking about shit in the UK where they're going to catch up with you. Look, all right, I be chilling, okay? I be chilling. I'm in the UK. I don't got no problems. I'm not scared. Nobody doing nothing to me, okay? I'll be hopping back and forth between the UK and the US. So it's a normal thing, man. You know, your boy got links all over the map, man, all over the atlas. But I'm really not scared of no UK guys doing nothing to me, okay? I ain't scared of no American guys doing nothing to me. I'm just a journalist doing my thing, you know what I mean? Go slide on CNN. Go slide on the Chicago Tribune. Go and slide on London Live before you go and slide on me, guys. It's just a bunch of nonsense. But you know what I mean? You guys weren't feeling the UK story. I re-uploaded the Zay video, but I'm going to be back with a whole bunch more original content for you guys every day. I appreciate you guys tapping in with the daily content. I know that you guys are loving these daily updates. I really appreciate it. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't gonna talk too much, but this channel has been just such a great piece of motion for me. I'm really enjoying these daily updates. I'm enjoying just jumping in on the hot trending topics that you guys want to hear about. I'm a little bit tired of doing shit on my main channel and it takes a goddamn month. It takes weeks and weeks and weeks. And shout out to my team. They work very hard, but it's just kind of like, bro, by the time I'm dropping something on the main channel, you guys have moved on to something else. So I love that I've got this channel that I can tap in with you guys every single day. I've created a much better blueprint, a formula for getting you guys this trending content as quickly as possible. And we got a whole lot of motion right now, man. People trying to say all sorts of nonsense, but we are locked in. I know you guys are watching every day. You're loving the updates. We're putting crazy numbers on the board. The watch time going up. The subscribers are going up, and I appreciate it. You guys make that possible. So I'll catch you guys in the next update. I'm out.